This afternoon on the marketplace, Google agrees to integrate Ghana's GPS into Google Maps system. We'll hear from the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, during a keynote speech to open the ongoing Youth Connect Summit in Accra.
End of this year, Google has agreed for us to integrate our digital address system into Google Maps so that people can use them here in Ghana.
Also, Senior Presidential Advisor Asanko Mines underscores the need for competitive tariffs in the energy sector to leverage the Africa Continental Free Trade Area.
We are going to compete with our neighbors within the ECOWAS region. Our tariff must be competitive. The lower, the better.
Plus, private sector players in the agri sector receive a massive boost to thrive. We'll hear from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. We have all these stories coming up shortly with me, Charles Aite. Please stay. We're back after this break.
Hello, my name is Nathaniel Atto. You can catch up with all the fun and inspiration on the Joy Sports link here on Joy 99.7 FM, together with all other shows over and over again. It's very simple. All you need to do is go to myjoyonline.com/podcast and relive all of those fun moments over and over again. Joy 99.7 FM, your radio for discerning listeners.
Joy 99.7.
To our first story, government has entered an agreement with the international technology firm Google to have the country's GPS address in the mapping system. The agreement was reached after a technical evaluation by Google to certify Ghana's addressing system. The Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, disclosed this during a keynote speech to open the ongoing Youth Connect Summit in Africa.
And this is a first. We've engaged Google since last year, and we have now obtained their agreement because they had to go through the technical processes to evaluate our digital address system. So by the end of this year, Google has agreed for us to integrate our digital address system into Google Maps so that people can use them here in Ghana. We moved from there to address the problem of the fact that so many people, including a lot of the youth, did not have bank accounts, and therefore they are excluded from the financial system. Even though they did not have bank accounts, most of the youth have mobile phones. In fact, we have more mobile phones in Ghana than the population of Ghana, because people have 2 and 3 mobile phones. So we asked the question, can't we find a way where we can integrate the mobile phone in terms of mobile money with the bank accounts so that they are interoperable, so that your mobile phone can act as your bank account? And if we are able to do so, then we will solve that problem of only 30% of our people having access to financial services.
Now, the 3-day event under the theme Africa Beyond Aid, positioning the youth for the post-COVID-19 economy and after opportunities, is expected to discuss key issues concerning youth employment on the continent. Away from that, Senior Advisor to the President, Asanko Mines, has underscored the need for competitive tariffs in the energy sector as leverage for the Continental Free Trade Agreement. According to him, this will position the country to lead the industrial boom in Africa. The former senior minister also highlighted other policy imperatives for the country's energy sector as day 3 of the Ghana Economic Forum organized by the Business and Financial Times. Take a listen to him.
There's no doubt that if you have supply that is not reliable, you have a problem. 2, competitive tariffs. We are in a competitive world. And the competition is not only intra, but inter. If we have to sell energy 2 times the cost in the Côte d'Ivoire, or twice the cost in Togo or Burkina Faso, we are not competitive. So if we are going to compete with our neighbors within the ECOWAS region, our tariff must be competitive. And the lower, the better. In fact, now that we have the African Continental Free Trade located in our capital, we must set the stage right by showing people that we understand competition. And tariff setting is a very important point. 3, support for low-income consumers. Now, consumers are, of course, in a mix. And within the structure of tariffs and payments, you might have a situation where there is some type of subsidy for a certain group of people. 4, strategic industrial growth. You must attract certain type of industries, those that have the multiplier effect, so that you just don't attract industry for industry's sake. Certain industries, when you take one, you automatically get 2 and 3, and they develop in compound systems, and that's the type of industry we must attract. And the 5th, universal access to electricity and renewable energies. People should have access to energy. It is the source of comfort and dignity of many things.
Yeah, also from our full senior advisor to the president, director of crop services at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Seth Akoto, says the private agri sector has been given a boost to thrive in the country. According to him, his outfit over the years has collaborated with private firms in the space to expand their businesses, thus helping to address the unemployment menace in the country. He made these assertions speaking at the Maiden Sweet Potato multi-stakeholder platform held under the auspices of the Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa. We have more in this report.
The Ghana Sweet Potatoes Value Chain Association, in its maiden edition stakeholder meeting, sought to review progress and examine prospects in sweet potato value chain in the country. The association called for a sustained development of locally produced orange-fledged sweet potatoes to strengthen rural economies and generate employment. Here is President of the association, Emmanuel Dake.
We need to promote the sweet potato industry because of its nutrient values and for the commercial purposes of it, which will come in as nutrition and which will also come in as business. So it's for creating wealth and for health. And again, bringing the whole group together is really trying to highlight the commercial viability of this particular product.
During the exhibition, some orange-fledged sweet potato processing companies called for support from the government to expand their businesses. They also encouraged young graduates to consider agriculture.
And Sedu Ghana Limited, we process everything about sweet potato, especially the orange-fledged sweet potatoes. The orange-fledged sweet potatoes has a lot of vitamin, especially vitamin A and C, and that we process it into bread, other pastries like cookies, pie, rock buns, and what you can think of.
As a young graduate, I want to use this platform to advise the youth that we don't have to sit down and wait for the government. We don't have to sit down and wait for somebody to employ us, because we have land all around us in the country. And the success and the development of this country is mainly dependent on agriculture. So we, the youth, must just all rise up, find something to do.
Looking at the Ghanaian system now, I think people are beginning to like the orange flesh sweet potato. So what I would say is government should take a look at that sector and provide funding so that the youth can also engage in them, and then we can develop from that area.
James Ishen's report for Joy Business.
Now, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Alan Tremantin, has called for the rebranding, resourcing, as well as restructuring of the Ghana Regional Appropriate Technology Industry Service, which is the Gratis Foundation. Take a listen to him as he admonishes the newly constituted members of the board to adapt new technologies to make MSMEs viable.
We need to do a number of things to ensure that Gratis now is repositioned to fit into the new vision and the dynamics of the current times. And this repositioning requires three things. First is that we need to restructure Gratis. Number two, we need to rebrand Gratis. And number three, we need to resource Gratis. So basically, we are operating on 3 R's. It doesn't matter which order the R's come. They are all important. They reinforce each other. But let me start with rebranding. The fact that you have an organization called Gratis Foundation in itself can be very deceptive to the constituencies that you serve, because it's very easy for people to think that you are there to offer free services. Gratis Foundation. But once you are a government institution, it is important that you also operate on sound commercial lines to ensure sustainability. And so, as a new board, one of the responsibilities that I want to bestow on you is to start thinking about how we rebrand our institution. We've gone through a similar exercise with the National Board for Small Scale Industries, which basically is the other side of the coin, is Gratis and then MBSSI. Now they've moved forward, they have a new brand, and the new brand is creating magical waves for them. And so I hope that your maiden meeting, you start thinking about this rebranding exercise. But rebranding yourself without substance is literally of no value. And that is why I talked about the second R, which is restructuring. And restructuring requires that we develop new institutional organizational structures that will help you deliver a more varied portfolio of services. And not just that, but also to ensure that you become more service-oriented. More service-oriented. Because if you want to move from a gratis organization to an organization that has to survive based on the quality and value of services they provide, then obviously it means that you have to organize yourself properly to provide value for money services.
We'll stay a little longer on the Gratis Foundation because its chairman of the board, Dr. Richard Amaokoba, has been sharing some priorities the board will place on the resourcing of the government agency.
This time I know what we are up against, and we are fully capable of turning Gratis around. But that part about resource is the key thing now. Believe it or not, the people at Gratis, Kanda and his people, they're already working. The rebranding, they started working on that already. And so in just next week, this is official now, next week we'll come up with a new name and let you see it. The rebranding is not difficult. We need money to advertise and let people know what we are doing now, right? And so I thank you, Honorable Minister, for giving us a second chance. I know that our work is now very big. But since we know the terrain a bit, it won't be as difficult as it was before. This board, this term, is going to raise Gratis to stand up strong. But I have to say from the onset, we cannot stand up since Honorable Minister himself said we've been floating. And if you float too long, you'll sink. And we've been in the water too long. So now, Honorable Minister also said we have to be resourced. And so we'll turn to our senior brothers. Actually, I like to call the ministry our uncle, to really look our way, as they did NBSSI.
You're still watching The Marketplace. We're taking a short break, but still to come in the bulletin, a Deputy Finance Minister, Abna Osei-Asare, is calling on corporate Ghana to support the National Lottery Authority's Gratis lottery platform to enable government raise revenue to aid social responsible projects.
What's up, guys? My name is Sammy Forson, host of the Weekend City Show and Ignition right here on Joy 99.7 FM. Well, anytime you happen to be busy and you miss out on your favorite shows right here on Joy FM, here's what you can do. Log on to myjoyonline.com/podcast. Just go on there and you'll find all your shows on demand 24/7. There you can catch up. Remember, Joy FM remains your radio for discerning listeners.
And welcome back. A Deputy Finance Minister, Abna Osei-Asare, is calling on corporate Ghana to support the National Lottery Authority's Gratis lottery platform to enable government raise revenue to aid social responsible projects. Relaunching the Gratis lottery platform, Mrs. Osei-Asare said the government is committed to supporting developmental projects in the country, and as such, the lottery will impact society positively. We have more in this report.
The Gratis lottery platform, launched in 2012, is a platform on which lottery schemes are run using a random number generator to electronically draw winners. It affords opportunity to commercial, financial institutions, corporate bodies, organizations, and well-meaning Ghanaians to run their business promotions through lottery schemes in collaboration with the National Lottery Authority. At the relaunch of the event, Deputy Finance Minister Abna Osei-Asare called on corporate Ghana to support the initiative.
We all have a special duty to give back to society. What will make the NLA's Good Causes Foundation unique will be its ability to make a difference by dedicating generated revenue from its Gratis lottery platform to support charity in our communities. When we work together, we can achieve incredible things. I therefore entreat corporate Ghana to support this noble cause by collaborating with the NLA on its Gratis lottery platform to run their business promotions because of its immense contribution to the state.
Director General of the National Lottery Authority, Samuel Ewuku, revealed that proceeds from the new platform will be invested into corporate social responsibilities.
All proceeds from the Gratis lottery platform will go directly into the Good Causes Foundation with the aim of impacting society. This is not a profit-making venture, and we must all join forces to make our society better. The NLA shares in the deep statement made by the former United States President, JFK, and I quote, "If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich."
James Eshen's report for Joy Business.
Now, youth from communities in the Amansi South District of the Ashanti region have stormed the premises of Asanko Mines to petition the company over the Social Responsibility Fund, employment, and other issues of concern to them. According to the youth, the company promised to fund corporate social responsibility projects across the communities but failed to honor their promise. They also claim the mining company has not fulfilled its commitment to employ 60% of the youth and construct major roads in the area. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin has more in this report.
Asanko mfa sika no nya adwuma mayania. Asanko se on fa sika no maye. Wani. Onhwam. Hweya kwan a efiri anwan kwanta ebeduru ha. Enka ne be wana otetem ni eduru kumase. And 4 hours yentimi nduru kumase.
The residents took their concerns to the premises of Asanko Mines. According to them, 4 years have passed since Asanko Mines broke its pledge. Peter Awere is the youth leader of the communities.
The agreement was to give us $2 per ounce. Asanko started operation in 2017. The agreement was signed and sealed in 2017. But up to now that we are talking, we have not received not even a password from Asanko Gold Mines. Due to this, we sent our petition to Kumasi High Court, court ruled in favor of the community that Asanko people to release the money into our accounts. And the signatories is from the assembly, one from the Asanko, and one from Nanano. The court or the judge went ahead to state that.
It's almost 3 months now since we went to court. As I'm talking to you right now, we don't even know whereabouts of the money. So right now, what we are doing, that we are showing our displeasure on our Asanko gold. For them to give us the money that is belonging to the communities, the 23 communities that is in the catchment area. And we are giving them the 3 weeks ultimatum because we need the money for our development. As you are talking, looking at the contract, we have the employment contract. That they have to give 60% of employment to the local people. They are not doing that. Secondly, they have to reshape our roads every 3 months, even though at least every quarter of the year, let's say 4 months, and they are not doing it. Even those who are working here are not permanent. All of them are casual workers. Their service condition is not good at all.
The youth also say the company has denied them opportunity to visit their farms, leaving them financially stranded.
Your family, Pabna Francis, media say, you're anonymous here the down. Almost at the idea Biaba, who call for more, so the Nichiwa no abo. Assassin Amirano, Omudiashi was when you almost in Kuala Yasuna Bibini, Opa, Oba near Bacho, near Abo, near Sewu Niama, Wofuna Dawa, near Anbasa, almost Jessica Bia Mobia.
The disgruntled youth petitioned the mining company to have their concerns addressed. Head of Security, Health and Safety at Asanko Mines, Nana Amwako says management will look into their concerns and respond.
My name is Nana Amwako. I'm the head of Security, Health and Safety. So what I want to say is that I'm standing in for the general manager. I've received the petition and then we are going to discuss it and effectively we will reply them accordingly and timelessly. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, District Chief Executive for MCES South District, Clement Opoku Jemfi, who also received a petition from the youth, promised to direct their concerns to the Ashanti Regional Minister.
So I received a petition. I'll forward it to the Regional Minister's office, and the next step I'll let you guys know. That's what I can do, to forward it to the Regional Minister, let him know that this is what is happening. Right. I've already informed him about the current happening here, the demonstration. So forwarding the document to him will be just to officially inform him. So he got to know, and he being a man of wisdom, I know what steps he will take. Will be to mitigate the situation.
A report by Mohammed Nuruddin.
And just before we go, the Ghana's capital of Accra is the second most expensive city in the world in terms of the property price to income ratio, and that's according to Numbeo. Numbeo is a crowdsourced global database of reported consumer prices, perceived crime rates, quality of healthcare, and other statistics. Explain that the price to income ratio is a basic measurement for apartment purchase affordability. Indeed, it is generally calculated as the ratio of median apartment prices to median familial disposable income expressed as years of income. Well, Accra, to this effect, fell flat to become the second most expensive city in the world, and this comes amidst agitations about the city's high cost of property prices contributing to the Fix a Country movement, which we saw somewhat last month. Of course, in that particular line, Accra is rated high, you know, amidst cities like Hong Kong, Shenzhen in China, Moscow, Russia, Paris from France, as well as many other world-class cities. In this effect, Accra is the second most expensive city when it comes to acquiring, you know, a home for yourself and also living here and working here in that nature. In the United States of America, Memphis turned out to be the most affordable city per property price to income ratio in the world. That's in the United States. You know, and Numbeo also revealed that Accra has the world's highest mortgage percentage income ratio, followed closely by Buenos Aires of Argentina and Tehran of Iran in the second and third place, respectively. Mortgage as percentage of income is a ratio of the actual monthly cost of the mortgage to take-home family income. Of course, the research shows that the average monthly salary is used to estimate family income. It assumes 100% mortgage is taken on 20 years for the house of a 90 square meter, which price per square meter is the average price in this regard. So that's the story we're getting from Nambio, which is a research arm, stating the fact that Accra remains the second most expensive city in the world, and a city in the United States was the most affordable city in the world. You could just, imagine the numbers. But just before we go, you can get more on this on myjoyonline.com, as well as other stories as well, making the rounds, where you can make your investment choices as you go through these stories on the business channel, as well as the sports, politics, and entertainment segment as well. Anyway, that's how we end this edition of the Marketplace. I'm Charles Aite. Many thanks for watching.